build these 4 simple nurture automations for your cleaning business. And before we even start running ads and advertisement or even just sending traffic to a cleaning biz, I want to make sure that their back end is good. And this is just the best part about helping cleaning businesses is making sure that the back end is optimized and that when we get a lead, it goes through a nurture sequence, a follow-up process. So these are the first couple different automations that you should start building if you don't already. And this is the tech stack I'm going to be using. Now, this is a client that has an average of 200 monthly recurring clients, okay, cleaning clients. That's not in addition to the one time, the initial cleans, the deep cleans. This is just recurring clients. And I want to show you guys, they have this KPI, and I have a full video kind of sharing of this, but they have this KPI where it's like existing customer cadence change, which you'll see the initial, right? And then you'll see the number of recurring that came from that. The customer cadence change is such a good stat to have because this is people that were on the email list. Maybe they already got a one-time clean before, and you'll notice that 7 of them opted into a cadence change, initial clean, and then 5 went from just a one-time clean to recurring. Okay, so this is cool, and I believe that's through their automations and their emails and SMS and their nurture sequences and just keeping that. So this is just the power of, yes, leads come in. Not everyone will convert right away, but if you can close deals on those and then remarket to them and really nurture them, this is the power of a nurture automation sequence, especially at the initial. This one's just the initial that I'm going to be talking about, which you want automations that build relationships. Okay, intake form with automated text and SMS response. You want a quote meeting booked. I'll show you guys how we do that with the booking bot, a quote sent follow-up sequence, and then an organized follow-up pipeline. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about these 4, and there's so many different automations you can be building, but these ones are very important because it starts that nurture and relationship building process. So the first one, which is right here, an intake form, automated text SMS response. So this one specifically, you want to make sure that once the website gets a request for a quote, right? There's a form on the page, on the website page. The moment it does, the trigger for this automation, and this is a go high level back end. So the trigger is they submitted this form, that survey. And then what we end up doing is we add a tag. We put them into our opportunities pipeline, and the opportunities pipeline is going to be number 4 on this list. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. So we add them there with all the information that they put. There is an internal notification to the cleaning business owner that you received a lead. It waits 2 minutes, and then it sends up both SMS and email follow-ups, okay, to that client. And I'll show you guys what this initial one looks like. It waits a day, does a second one, waits a day, does a third one. So 3 days of follow-ups the moment we receive the request. And if we didn't reach out to the client right away, for example, if we haven't sent a request quote yet and got on the phone with them, it'll continue to follow up with them. If it did, then it'll turn these follow-ups off, and then it'll go to the next sequence. So I'll talk about that. But this is like our initial, right? So the follow-up, as soon as they fill up a form, the client or the lead that is a potential client, they'll get this. Hey, name, thanks for filling out our request form. A member of our team will review it as soon as possible and get back to you. We have openings available for a quick chat to see how we can help. Are you still looking to get your place cleaned this week or next? Now, all we need is just a response from them. So you guys can test. We've tested several ones, and we continue to test. We just need a response from the lead. And as soon as they say yes, it will trigger our bot. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys that's the second piece that we need. So I always like ending off with a question, and then I need a yes. I need a, yeah, I'm interested. I just need a response. And as soon as there's a response from text, the bot will start to talk, which is the second piece. Okay, so the first thing you need is intake form with an automated text SMS response. And then you want to get them on a call. So this is the second nurture automation system that you need is we need to get them onto a call so we can get a quote. Okay, so for example, we do paid advertisement. They fill out the website form, and then the cleaning business gets a notification. And what we've noticed is that most businesses, the problem is that they're not able to get in touch with leads within a few minutes. So according to several case studies, they A significant amount, they usually fall off within minutes if they don't get responded to. It says up to 80% of customers may be lost if you don't respond within 5 minutes as a business, meaning a large majority of leads could be lost or not responded to promptly. So we generate the lead, but are the leads responding back, right? Again, up to 80%. And are they responding back, and are they getting on a call with your team and the cleaning biz? So what we ended up doing was we ended up putting a bot that books a calendar, and this is the full situation. So yeah, we'll still get a Google, we'll still run Google Ads, get a lead, go to a website for them, Cleaning Biz gets a notification. But as soon as they respond to that initial text I just showed you guys, then a bot will start to text them back and forth and book them onto a qualified calendar. And this is what cleaning businesses that we work with, when they get certain booked appointments, they close deals. This is a high amount, meaning they close 6 out of the 8 deals that came in 1 week, which is really good, right? Really, really great data there. Now, going back off this, let me just show you guys what it looks like with the back and forth. But we keep it so simple with the bot. Now, we can get to the point where if you want the bot to talk, text, and you guys can obviously close deals or get requests, and you never have to get on a phone call, you can use the bot to that. But let me show you guys what that looks like. So this is just a simple way of how we use it. The moment the lead comes in, the bot will text them. So I initiated it here. It'll text them. It says, hey, are you interested in getting a free quote for house cleaning? Yes, I am. Great. Could we schedule a phone appointment to finalize your quote? Our next availability are this time. Does this slot work for you? I put in 10 a.m. and then it says, perfect. Here's the information. And I was testing this real time, so I can like talk to this bot real time and kind of show you guys, this is a text message. So the moment a lead comes from Google, they go to the website page, the landing page. They land on that page. That's why it's called a landing page. And then they fill out the form. The moment they fill out the form, this could be after hours. The bot comes in, starts asking questions. They go back and forth. They book a qualified lead after hours. So by the time your sales rep, your VA, office admin, whoever's available, as soon as they get in, there's a designated time that the lead is available to talk so that they can get a quote and get qualified to be able to close and book a clean. So this is the qualification, and that nurture sequence is there's a bot, which is an AI tool that is used to interact with the client to qualify them as a lead. So the second one that you need is a quote meeting booked. Okay, that is the second easy automation nurture sequence, where you need an automation, something that gets them onto a calendar that books a quote meeting. Okay, I think that's very important, especially if you're off or your staff is off, or you're closed as a business on weekends or after hours. So you want something that books you leads onto your calendar. The third thing we need is a quote sent follow-up sequence. And there's 2 types that we build out. The first one is the moment they put in the information, to another one where if they don't get responded to, or they don't respond back, then there's a long-term follow-up. So this one is supposed to be within the month. We want to follow up. So as soon as we send the quote, we get on a call with them, we send a quote, it removes tags. It adds this tag quote sent, meaning, hey, this person has been sent a quote. That's just how it shows us. It moves into the opportunity tab, and then it removes them from workflows like the other promo workflows. Then there's internal notifications, and then we just go. And if you keep going down, actually, if I took this, it's around 20 days worth of up to 20 days of follow up. Now, it doesn't follow up every day straight for 20 days. It'll piece it 3 days later, 4 days later, all the way up until a little over 20 days, right? So you need an initial follow up sequence as soon as the lead comes in, and you need to follow up with them within that month. Okay, emails, SMS. And then if they end up not closing and we send up the quote and they end up not, at least we can put them top of the mind because they probably went to another cleaning business. But now they're in the pipeline for months, a month later, 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 right? And then it just keeps going back, and it follows up with them every month until they say, hey, I don't want to be part of your list, but at least you're top of the mind now. And they're like, yeah, I like the other cleaning company, but I had an issue with this. Let's see if I can give them a try, right? And which is you as a cleaning business owner. And that's what's so cool about this long-term follow-up nurture. So you need a quote sent follow-up sequence, both within the month and then one that follows up to every single month after the quote has been sent. So this is the third simple automation nurture sequence that you need for your cleaning business. Then The fourth one is an organized follow-up pipeline. Okay. Now, this is part of the automation sequence because it automates everything. So I kind of showed you guys, this is called our opportunities tab. There's a lead tracker here. And then it goes to once the quote gets in, and then it's like, hey, we're in a convo with them. And then once we send the quote after the initial call, because that's our goal, is to get on a phone with them and send a quote, right? They're actually interested. Quote sent follow-up 1, quote sent follow-up 2, quote sent follow-up 3, quote sent follow-up 4. And what's so cool is the moment we put them here, we build automations where they'll automatically get moved over because of those initial follow-up sequences. So it's saying that, hey, this is where they're at in the pipeline of what emails were sent to them until they converted into a one-time recurring moving clean. So this is the automations we need, and they all do automations. So whenever they get moved to one, like a booked, it'll tag them. So this is an automation that you need to tag them that they're a one-time booking. Now you can email market these people that are only booked one time and are not recurring clients. You can email them into becoming a recurring client with different promos, et cetera, et cetera. Same with the moving cleans. Encourage them to become a recurring client. They get promos, they get discounts, if so. So again, I'm just encouraging y'all that there's so many different ways on making sure that this last nurture system that I'm talking about, it's a tagging nurture system to organize the leads so you know how to dial in. And once somebody gets removed from recurring, you could put canceled recurring, and then now we can go and put them all on the same list to market and email to. Cool. Now, again, organized follow-up pipeline. This is a great one that you need. If you guys have used other boards that are similar, this is exactly what it does. But I think the greatest part about this is emails and SMS. They get organized so that you know how to remarket to them later down the line. Hope y'all enjoyed. I did a bigger topic explaining this. This is just one piece, but if you want to see the full video on like every single piece of all the systems that you need, systems that I'd automate, I'll link that below. And then if you're a cleaning biz and you need help, you have questions on this, we run Google Ads for clients, we build backend systems. If you need any help, we can go on a quick quick chat on that. Just book a call down below. I'll put that information down, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.